Right. Okay, so now we're officially on air. Welcome everyone to episode 47 of the CosCast. Yeah, that's a lot of episodes. I am, as always, your main host, Pixiedust Cosplay, and with me I have my co-hosts,
Annabella Cosplay.
And Enyassia Cosplay.
Yes. And two very special guests, which are IngridBeast Cosplay, one of the organizers of Arthecon, and also Ves Cosplay, who, well, is a regular concourse and cosplayer. Huh?
I'm just here.
Yeah, you're just here.
Yeah.
And, yeah. And with us, as always, our trusty audience, who's already alive in the chat, which is nice. Hello, Cecilia. So if you guys watching, if you have any questions for Ingrid or Ves or about Arthecon, or just want to say hi or leave a comment, please feel free to do so in the live chat on YouTube.
And if you can't find the chat, like I have problems with, then what you do?
Well, it should pop up right next to the video when you're on YouTube. You know, when you're while you're watching it. So I don't know. Maybe it's your web browser. Maybe it doesn't support it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Suddenly it worked last week. Suddenly.
Well, Hangouts is a bit, you know, moody sometimes, so it might be that. Who knows? Well, anyway, this episode is a post-convention episode, which we have made quite a few of in the past, and this time it's a post-Arthecon show. Yeah. We all attended. Ingrid, of course, attended because she organized the bloody thing. But before we go into the main subject of the evening, I thought we could go through our usual segments, which is cosplay progress. So has any of you been working on cosplays this week? Which I think is kind of a duh question, but... So anyone volunteering?
I've been working on like 3 costumes at the same time, and none of them were the ones I used at Arthecon, weirdly. Yeah, because HobbitCon is next weekend, so I'm finishing my Galadriel, working on her shoes and costume and everything, and doing some finishing touches to my Eladan costume. I'm gonna have a matching Elo here, and working on my Cole costume from Inquisition.
I've seen some pictures of all of those cosplays that you have put out, and they look so amazing!
It's so big! Look at it!
That is a huge hat.
It's awesome!
It's resting on top of my glasses.
You're gonna
at least you'll have shade if you wear it in the summer. You know, it's very practical.
Yeah.
Maybe not so practical if you bump into people on the bus or whatever.
I will, because I tried taking some pictures with it, and I kept bumping my phone into it when I was taking selfies. So that's going to be weird.
Hashtag Cole problems.
Cosplay issues.
Big hat problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is wider than my shoulders. It's about this wide.
Wow.
Yeah. And I can hide sweets in it because it's so big.
Awesome.
Oh, that's a cool trick.
Hat of holding.
It doubles as an umbrella.
It does. And it's made of like plastic as well, so it will handle like rain. If it
So
starts
it's the
raining.
most practical headgear ever.
And there's room for more.
I'm impressed. Ingrid, how about you? I assume you've been very busy.
I have been very busy. There's not been much cosplay stuff going on, to be honest, but there has been some. I have been working on a party outfit for HobbitCon, which is like in the most sparkly, amazing material ever, as you can see here.
That is sparkly.
And it's basically a 1920s style Tauriel.
That will be awesome.
Really looking forward to getting that done, and I'm almost there, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. And I know I said I wouldn't, but I've added an extra little thing on Keely. It's a very small thing. It's a very tiny little detail. I haven't got it here because I put it in a place where I won't actually mess it up and not find it again because it's quite small.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yes,
Yeah.
Greta has seen that.
I know.
Greta knows what it is. It's basically, I figured I'd practice my ventilation skills, and I used some of the cut-off lace from another wig that I bought, and some of the cut-off hair from my Keeley wig, and I have made a chest hair piece.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Yes, I must see. Yes, I must
I'm
see.
so not surprised.
No,
Actually.
you wouldn't be. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing cosplay-wise. Other than that, it's been working on the qualification folder for NCC, which I'm going to be applying for.
That's amazing.
So yeah, thus Keeley. And Arthecon.
So you said you've done nothing except for Arthecon, but I think you've done loads.
Yeah, it sounds like you've
Yes.
been really busy.
Yeah, and I was like, 3 days until Arthecon. I wonder if Ingrid's doing all right. Hey, she's making another costume. Yeah.
Well, you have to do something in between, or else you go crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Downtime with Arthecon, it's costume making. Not much of a life other than that.
Understandable. So Annabella and Enyassia, do you guys have anything that you want to share that you've been working on?
Well, yes. I just have to go and get it.
Yes, please
I'll be
do.
back.
Yeah. While we wait for Annabella, we could talk a little bit. We had a teeny tiny cosplay workshop on Saturday. Yep. So yesterday, where we met up at Enyassia's house and just sat there making bracers out of toilet paper rolls. So, and also planned our future Link cosplay group. So now we have the pattern down for the Link tunics. So that'll be fun. So Annabella, what did you make?
I made a bracer out of toilet rolls and pizza boxes. That's a little
Pretty.
funny workshop thingy me and Pixiedust and Enyassia had on Saturday.
That's pretty awesome. Did you like prime it or something with glue to make it all shiny?
No.
No.
It's just black acrylic and then dry brushed gold on top.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
Thank you. I'm pretty pleased actually, because first before I painted it, I was like, "This looks like shit," and then I painted it. I was like, "Oh my god, that was easy."
Don't
really love
underestimate a good paint job.
No.
No.
It's so
That's
cool
true.
that you can make really, really awesome looking stuff out of just toilet roll holders and pizza boxes.
Mm.
See? You can make cheap cosplay look really cool.
Yes, you can. So, how many toilet rolls did you end up using?
8. This is 8 used toilet rolls.
So get stuck in there.
Yeah, no, it's like four for the base to get it around my wrist, and then there's 4 here just for decoration. And the scales are pizza boxes.
Right. Enyassia, what have you been making?
Well, I've also made a bracer because I actually made a bracer for like a long time ago. This one I made with toilet rolls. Mine only took 7, so. And of course, yesterday I had to make a matching one, so now I have 2. Leather looking like toilet rolls.
Cool.
I'm slow, so I didn't actually get to finish anything, but I did get to test out how just flour and water can work as a really nice way to smooth over creases and bumps and cutting lines when you're making something out of toilet roll. So if you get it to dry quickly by putting it in the oven and then just prime it with glue afterwards, it turns out really smooth.
You can use rice as well, like well-boiled rice, because that's starch. It's
Right,
really-
because you can just smush it together.
Mm.
Awesome. We're learning something new every day.
I've never tried it, but in my head it makes sense. And I've seen someone fix the spine of a book with rice.
Oh,
Oh.
cool.
So yeah.
Now I started my first Warbler project, so I'm making sort of a steampunk poison ivy thing, probably for GeekCon. So
Oh.
I'll be adding some leaves onto this, I think, and then I made some leaves that's gonna go on my steampunk goggles. So there'll be one on each side.
That's looking awesome.
Thank you. And a little necklace that I'm gonna put some like gold ribbon through. So
Cool.
that's what I
The most fun thing I find making with Warbler is organic things. Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah. So at least we're never gonna be bored. It seems we're all just doing stuff constantly. On a different note, Cecilia wants to know, important unrelated question, what's you guys' favorite Easter candy?
Chocolate.
Chocolate
Yeah.
eggs with like this white stuff inside.
Yeah, the milk filling, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. Chocolate eggs with the white cream milk filling in. They're so good.
Well, Easter candy. I like sweets in general, and I like all the sour things with horrible conservatives and colors.
Oh,
Yes,
they're so good.
I love them too.
Specifically with cola flavor.
Oh yeah, got
Yeah.
one right here.
Yeah. Favorite.
I
To be
probably
honest-
have something in this.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's not the only egg of that size in that house, you should know, Ingrid.
Wow.
No,
But
no, my
you are
mother-in-law
the mother of
gave me my
dragons.
Yes,
I
I
think-
know. My
I think you can fit Cole's hat into it.
yeah, probably.
Oh, that's amazing. To be honest, I'm kind of like more about the lamb dishes because everyone eats lamb around Easter, and I love savory stuff. So like all the lamb dishes and foods just get me on.
Yeah. You're making me hungry just thinking about it.
I haven't eaten dinner today.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much covers cosplay progress. So let's move on to cosplay news. So maybe Annabella, do you want to take the first one? It's a pretty straightforward bit of news.
Spill Expo. It has released their early tickets, so you can save 50 krones if you buy them now, and it's going to happen at the 11th to the 13th of November.
It's like in half a year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a long way away, so they start early.
you can save 50 krones though.
Cool.
Not bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Can you save a parking space as well? That'd be amazing.
That would be very awesome.
Yeah.
I have not seen anything about that yet, though, sadly.
I know you can't because the company that owns the parking things there is a different company.
But at least they're very close to the train station, so it's easy to walk from there to.
Yeah, but I'm a big wimp. I hate walking from my house and through the Oslo in my costume, whatever I'm gonna
I
wear.
understand that, though.
I'm the biggest wimp ever.
That's understandable. Maybe you can get someone to drive you there, like a taxi or Uber or something
Or some
like
friend
that.
who can drive you and pick you up.
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
I drove there in my Blood Elf costume one year, but the ears are so long and they got stuck in the ceiling, so I couldn't turn my head. So everyone else in the car had to like look, like be look out.
That's something dangerous.
It's stuck to my wig. All the Warcraft costumes. Woo.
I'm quite impressed that you managed to get into the car at all.
Well, I had to. I can't teleport. I wish I was a mage, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next conventions up are GeekCon, which is the 9th to the 10th of April, and then there's Fredrikstad Sci-Fi Festival, which is the
I'm going
22nd
there.
to the 24th to Fredrikstad.
And to
Awesome.
GeekCon.
I want to go. I'm going to GeekCon because Annabella bought me tickets as a birthday present because it's my birthday on the 8th of April.
Oh.
Yes.
So it'll be super fun.
You have to go now.
If I didn't go, I think Jenny would kill me, so...
Well, last year I entered the cosplay competition and I won for best sci-fi costume in my Star Trek costume, and I won a Star Wars figurine.
That's very cool.
It's cool.
Okay. Also, in May, you can visit Retrospillmessen, the 14th to the 15th, and then there's Oslo Medieval Festival, the 29th to the 31st of May. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff happening in spring.
Oh yeah, I don't know what to do with myself.
But before that, all of that happens, HobbitCon is next Friday,
Yeah.
and you guys
I
are
have my
going.
passport ready. It's so ready.
I got
Every
my
picture
I'm
and
so
everything.
jealous.
I had
wish
to
I
get a
could
new one
go.
for this.
And it's going to be the last HobbitCon.
No!
No.
So sad.
Basically, they are merging HobbitCon and RingCon into this new fantasy convention.
Okay.
So there will be a con, but it's going to be a little different, I think.
Yeah, it won't be the same.
But for my part, it would have been the last HobbitCon anyway because I can't afford to go over. It's becoming so expensive. It's becoming more and more expensive every year, and so
Yeah.
I figured, okay, three's a charm.
And also, Cecilia is saying in the chat that BonsaiCon tickets will be able the 1st of May. So be ready!
Mm.
I'm gonna try and go there
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
for once. I've never been there. Well, I've been in there, but that was like BonsaiCon 2 or something. So I don't think I really got the mood there properly. So,
No,
yeah.
I mean, we wanted to go last year, but all the tickets were gone, and we were like, oh well.
I'm
Last
probably going
year-
to be holding a panel or a workshop there. So,
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Yes, it's going to be similar to the one I held at Desicon last summer about play and physicality and cosplay and getting comfortable being in character.
That's
That's
very
awesome.
cool. Sounds very funny, yes.
You're very good at that, so anyone who's going to BonsaiCon should definitely check out your panel. Or workshop.
I heard good things about it at Desicon. I'm so busy at Desicon, but I heard good things about it.
Yeah, because you're a crew, so
Yeah.
you kind of have a lot to do. Okay, let's see. The next piece of news. The winners of the gathering, the cosplay contest, was Ves Cosplay with her alloy from, what's it called? Horizon?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a really
first
cool
place.
game.
Yeah, it
It
looks like
looked
a very cool.
Amazing.
It's such a pretty
And I
costume.
think has the game come out already?
I don't think so.
I don't think it has.
No.
I've seen the
But a lot of
trailer and
people
it
are
looks
cosplaying
really
alloy.
cool,
Mm.
but I don't think it's out yet. Go her.
Yeah, go her. I mean, that's dedication. Yeah. Congrats to Ibelin. Actually, we want to get her on the show maybe next weekend if we can, so fingers crossed. Also, second place went to Pixel Angel, who had a Nova cosplay. And the second prize went to a Sakiso-inspired cosplay, but I don't know what the cosplayer was named because I didn't catch it during the finals. So if anyone knows, tell us.
I have it on my camera somewhere, but I haven't been able to look through it all yet.
And also, the winners of the Arthecon costume contest were also chosen. And that was the Friendly Viking as Gandalf. He won the first prize.
It was awesome!
Yeah.
It
So
was cool.
And second place went to Okami Cosplay and Summer Cosplay as Frodo and Sam, and they were just so adorable.
We're amazing.
So cute. And then the honorary third place went to Silja Danielsen as Legolas, which was also a very spot-on cosplay.
And I talked to her, and she's always complaining about her costume not being the way she wants it, and I'm tired, and my wig is crooked. I'm like, but who cares? She looks amazing.
Yeah, no one cares how her wig is crooked.
Perfect.
Yes. Damn you. And the last piece of news on my list is, well, it's maybe not so much news, but I stumbled upon it the other day on, I think it was Otaku Mode or something. And that's Muslim hijabi Lolita. So it's gothic Lolita, pastel Lolita with hijabs.
I've seen that. I'm amazed by Lolita hijab things.
It's
I
so
think
cute.
it's the best thing ever.
I love it.
I've followed people on Instagram that do that, and it's so cool.
Oh, and the ones that do the Disney princess.
Oh, yeah.
This girl who does the Disney princesses with her hijab, and it's amazing. I love
They're
it.
so cute.
I know.
I think it's cool that cosplay is, and just subcultural like gothic Lolita and stuff is entering into the Muslim culture. It's very interesting.
And there's nothing cooler than really fashionable girls with a hijab. It's so cool. I've seen blogs.
It's very stylish, isn't it?
Yeah, they look like something out of a 20s movie or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should know they do use a lot of money on their hair, though, because we do sometimes have some Muslim women with hijabs in our salon after hours. Because I'm a hairdresser. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We learned something new now too. Okay. Well, this is technically not news, and we're gonna do it at the Gathering special next weekend. But I feel like I want to tell everyone because it was so exciting. Because me and Annabella got to go to the Gathering together with Nadi Portalen on Saturday, and because Okami got sick and couldn't go to the Gathering, she couldn't be host for the cosplay judge panel that was on the main stage. So they asked me instead. So I got to be on the main stage at the Gathering, interviewing all the cosplay judges in front of the entire audience, and it was so cool. It was so much fun.
I have it on camera, and I will be putting it out soon.
So yeah. So I think I spent 2 hours agonizing, oh my god, I'm not prepared for this before I got on stage.
I'm sure you were amazing though.
It was super
Yes,
fun.
she was. She was just perfect.
Thank you. No, I really enjoyed it. So I would love to do it again. I hope the Gathering asks me next year. That would be super fun. But over to the main subject of the day before we spend too much time on everything else. Arthecon.
Yes.
Arthecon.
Yes. So I thought we would ask Ingrid first, since you were the organizer and this is your baby. From your point of view, how do you feel that Arthecon turned out? Are you pleased with the end results?
I think it went a lot better than I expected it to, and a hell of a lot better than I feared it would. So yeah, I'm feeling fairly happy. I mean, there's always things that you can improve on, but I think for a first time con, it was not shit.
No, definitely, it was not. We all had a really good time.
That makes me so happy. I've only heard positive feedback. Really, I've had a few pointers that have been slightly negative, but it's been one-offs, and one person who's had one bad experience, and then the rest of them have been positive. So and most of it has been with stuff that we couldn't necessarily do much about because it was connected to the building, and some of it is stuff that we can now take back and take experience from.
Right. Well, I personally loved the venue. I thought it was, cute that you had it in the library, and all the rooms were airy and big, and so you didn't really feel crowded anywhere, and I really appreciated that.
I mean, it's an old building, so there were some accessibility issues.
Yes.
But they were minimal, and we'd try to reduce how much it would affect our audience. So, yeah.
Enyassia, do you want to take question 2, maybe?
Of course. This is the exciting question. Will you be arranging it again next year?
I will have to say that ask again later. Because right now we simply don't know. There's so many factors that are that affect whether or not we will be doing this again. It depends on a lot of things, whether or not both me and Annette, who's been the two main organisers, simply have the time and energy for it. And then there's the venue and dates, because if we do it again, we won't be doing it during Easter. And then it's a matter of finding a date that would work with the same venue, and obviously it would be whether or not we could use the venue. So there are lots of practical issues that kind of stand in the way for giving a yes, there will be an Arthecon 2 answer right now. But I'd like to, if all factors sort of line up and it looks like it's going to be okay. I think it would definitely be something I'd like to do again. So, yeah, I'm up for it if all the other factors sort of fall into place.
Well, that's the most important part, because without you or Annette, there wouldn't be any Arthecon.
And the Tolkien Society.
Yes, of course, the rest of the Tolkien Society. This is important. Annabella, do you want to maybe take the next question?
If there's going to be another Arthecon, are there any changes you might like to make about how it was organized or planned or carried out?
I think that when you've organised a convention for the first time, there's lots of things that you learn. And so there will definitely be some changes, so that, for example, we'll have less stress, and we'd like to make sure we have more transportation for rigging, for the rigging down part, because we ended up with one car, and that was a bit of a nightmare. But mainly practical things, and yeah, small changes, but I think we would probably go for the same format, and we'd probably go for a goal of approximately the same amount of audience or attendees, and yeah. So we will be posting up a feedback form once I just get a breather to post it out, and hopefully we can get some feedback from our visitors as well.
One thing that I did like quite well about the convention is that it was quite obvious for me that you organizers have been in the convention. You've been at other conventions before organizing one yourself. There was a lot of stuff that you had on place that I know has been a factor for other conventions. Like, it was free water everywhere, the food was cheap and good, and you had this amazing booklet thing with all the information that we needed about what was happening and where, and also if you didn't know where anything was, we had this amazing map in the back. So it was really, really, really well done for a first convention.
And for our image there, I kind of find first-time conventions to be kind of like the first pancake you make. It's never as good as the other ones. So once you've done it once, it can only go up. So if you please now, you're gonna get more please. Yeah. So yeah, constant pancakes. There you go.
Constant pancakes.
Yeah.
Well, you do break a few eggs making pancakes as well.
Yeah, you do. And after seeing, like, there have been so many small cons popping up, and the first convention is always, everyone likes it, but then you kind of see them morph into what they are going to be, and that's nice.
Yeah.
So you kind of see them carve out a little niche for themselves.
Aww.
I think Arthecon is in a very specific niche because there are no other Tolkien, specific conventions in Norway. I'm not sure. Are there any in Scandinavia in general, or?
I'm not sure, but I do know that the Swedish Tolkien Society, I don't think they have a convention, but they are very good at social gatherings and organising parties and big events. So they kind of have that thing going, which means that there are some of those needs in the community that are already covered by the Tolkien Society through that. And in Norway, the Tolkien Society has not been as good with that bit. They're very, very strong on the resources with academic knowledge and all that, but we've kind of needed some more on the social bit, and that is also partially why Annette and I thought that this would be a great way to contribute to that.
And if you don't get the time to do a full convention, you can always do an Arthecon picnic during the summer.
Yes, that's a good idea. That would be cool.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
you can have that idea because I want to go.
Yeah.
we used to, back in the days, that wasn't organised by Arthur Dine, but back in the days after the last, or during the time when the Lord of the Rings movies came out, we used to have a Hobbit picnics on the 17th of May in Farmingparken, and people would just come there and hang out and bring food, and so it was really cozy.
If everything fails, you can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think I would show up for sure.
I would.
And we will probably be doing a Bilbo's birthday party again come early fall.
Yeah, I went to that one.
Year. I really wanted to go, but I couldn't. I can't remember why, but I was really sad about not being able to go. I think I was sick or something.
Yeah, well, there will most likely be a second chance this year.
Ooh, that was sour.
Those are the best ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree with you.
They're yummy, but it kind of makes your face go all like...
That's how it should.
Lemonade.
You're doing it right.
You
Right.
eat the really sour ones for me, because I have a mouth ulcer and I can't eat sour things.
Oh.
That sucks. Okay, but what was your favorite part of the convention as an organizer?
I think just seeing everyone come in there and seeing people having fun and chatting to people and asking how they are and getting the reply that, oh, I'm having so much fun, that I think was one of the best. And standing on the stage by the closing ceremony and just looking out on everyone and seeing so many people there, that got to me. I was quite moved. So, yeah.
So sweet.
Your song was so good, though.
Oh yeah, it was so pretty. I had like my arms were standing, the hairs on my arms were standing up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Your arms were standing. Yay.
And I was sitting next to Marianne, and I was kind of seeing her tearing up. I'm like, I'm ready to hug her now if she needs it, but I don't really think she wants to admit it. No.
It was the bard cry.
Yeah,
God.
always. I wonder if she's watching now. I don't know.
We'll see. Well, just if
I
she
might get
isn't,
an
she
angry
should be.
snap then.
Yes, give her an angry snap. But how did you guys decide on the form of the contest and the rules for the contest? Because it was very... You divided it into two categories.
Basically, we wanted this to be a low-threshold competition because by organising Arthecon as a convention for both Tolkien fans and fans who are into the whole extended fandom and not just the books, or just the movies. We kind of had a lot of different types of visitors. Hang on, I'm just going to remove something covering the entire screen here. There we go. And so there would be people who weren't used to normal conventions such as we are, and who might not even have ever heard of cosplay. So we wanted the costume competition to be for basically everyone, and not just people who were familiar with cosplay. Also, I wanted people who'd made phenomenal costumes based on their own imaginations and based on their own image of what things look like when they read the books to be able to participate as well. So we agreed that we would have one category for people with movie-based costume or based on the movie designs, and one category for the people who wanted to do their own thing. And I feel like that worked fairly well, and we got more attendance in the competition because of that. And the criteria for the judges was done by Martina, who had the full responsibility for the practical side of the competition.
So that was Teresa's cosplay?
Yes, Teresa's cosplay. And so she put down the judging criteria and such. And then there was, we had actually announced a fanfic competition before Arthecon, but there weren't anyone participating. We didn't get a single participant, so which we were a little bit sad about, because I would love to, get Lord of the Rings or Hobbit or Silmarillion or Tolkien fiction, but since that didn't happen, we ended up having an extra prize. And the judges had kind of said there were so many in the Weta Workshop category. Can we please give a third prize? And so, well, okay, we have a prize for a competition that is basically not happening. So, yeah, let's do this.
Things sorted themselves out, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's sad, though. I didn't even know you had a fanfic competition. If you did, I might have actually sent something in for that.
Well, we're going to be better at promoting it next time if we do an Arthecon 2.
Do this.
Yes.
Also, Alex in the chat says, so much crying when you were singing. Nobody wanted it to end.
Oh, I didn't want it to end either.
Yeah, I was totally struggling with a lump in my throat. Like, you're not gonna cry, you're not gonna cry. Stop it.
And then we all went to the party.
Yes. And glow sticks happened.
And glow sticks
happened.
Glow sticks.
I had glow sticks lying around in my flat still.
Oh, seriously, but that after-con party is probably the most fun party I have been to in, like, years. So.
And I don't really like dancing.
No, me neither. I don't really like it.
But I just ended up that way.
Yeah. So much dancing. I mean, I was so sweaty, I had to actually throw my Arwen costume in the shower when I came home.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wash my Thranduil soon. He doesn't smell that much of flowers anymore.
You'll have to do the dry clean though, because of the signature.
I think I watched it one. I hand wash it. So
okay.
And yeah. I put some like protective layer thingy on top of it, so it should be fine. And I've
she
taken
got her
pictures.
costume signed by Richard Taylor from Weta Workshop.
I fangirled so hard.
I can understand
that.
And the people that know me, I don't really fangirl. I'm kind of that quiet person that doesn't get starstruck, but I did. I really did.
It's kind of like Tonya when she met Dean Richard Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson, sorry. Anyway, yeah, you fangirled. So bad.
Very bad. I actually thought I was gonna cry when I saw him. I really struggling to hold back tears. It's like, oh my god, he's here. And he said I was adorable, so that's
Aw.
cool.
Yeah. The feels. Okay, so let's move on to us as participants. What did we all think of the convention as visitors in general? And then let's be more specific in the next question. So just general strokes here.
But
It was awesome.
I got somehow put in the dwarves versus elves
That was so fun!
competition thingy,
That was
and
so fun.
I'm not a big person. I'm not very comfortable doing that. So I'm like standing on stage like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? It was fun, but I'm like, I'm really bad at playing. I'm just gonna, I don't know, stand behind Celia or something.
So you were very entertaining, and I think everyone struggled with the whole, miming charades things like how do you mime Moria?
How do you mime the Watcher in the water? They got like look and water. I'm like that's really close. That's so close.
Is it worth half a point?
Oh my gosh,
But
I
we
wish
won.
I'd seen all of this.
We won.
So funny.
And I was really bad at the things I thought I would be good at, namely the music, and really good at the things I thought I would be bad at, namely the
I
riddles.
did catch that one. I loved
Yeah.
how the dwarves fucked up Mirkwood. No, the dwarves fucked up
Well,
Moria.
the
and
elves
the
fucked up Mirkwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very good. Also, I would have to say that the dwarves did a really good job of wooing the audience.
Oh yeah, you two at least.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
yeah.
well, when Bod came up, it was a given, really. That was easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I think that people questioned when I came up, and I was like, "What? Toriel cannot go up. She'll definitely choose Keely," and she, of course, chose Keely. But yeah.
Yeah.
What
How
can you
could she
do?
not?
As you
And the dwarves somehow being worse at building things than the
Yeah.
elves.
That
No.
too.
They were
Proud.
focusing on the sound, solid structure for a
And
foundation.
they had like a 20-second head start.
That they did. They did have a 20-second head start.
Yeah. Well, I had planned it out with Celia, and we all like, yeah, we did it turns, so it was good.
Mm.
But I think the dwarves are better at building downwards.
I agree. I
Yeah,
think that
yeah.
too.
I think
They're
that's
more
the thing.
diggers.
Building towers is not their thing, I think.
No, I would have to agree.
Apparently not.
So yeah, that's my main memory is making a fool of myself on the stage. Yeah,
You did
great.
a good job
That
though.
was
It was
fun, though.
hilarious. Not making a fool of yourself, but it was good.
Well, it's
Awesome.
good either way.
Row, row, row
I don't
your
mind.
boat.
I think you did a good job. That was all I meant.
I've broken them. I
Yes,
have.
yes, you've broken us.
Sorry.
We're all just speechless now.
That there was a whole other con, like, yeah. There was more to the con than that
Yes.
specific.
And
Thing.
Alex in the chat is saying that you did great.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, what did I like the best? I liked that it was, small and very intimate, and I liked that the crowd was very, good at applauding everyone who was on stage. In the contest, in the shows, or whatever, the audience was really, eager to be affectionate. So I really appreciated that. And that you took care of the people who visited by making sure that they could eat at the venue and that there was plenty of water to drink, and that your program was as packed as it was, and also that the programming itself was quality programming and not just something that was just thrown in there to kill time. So those are my general pointers. I'll get more specific later, but yeah, Annabella, do you have anything like overall big picture?
I think everything was just as it's supposed to be. Everything was perfect. I loved the venue. I loved everything about it. I loved the decorations and the people and the feeling, and it was awesome.
The only thing I didn't like was the weather. It was way too windy outside. It was so freaking cold.
Oh, God.
I had to pick my wig off my crown when I got in.
I would just like to say that I have so much respect and gratitude to those few crew members who were stood out by the food tents, pretty much all through the sale of the food in that weather, in t-shirts.
Yeah. I thought about that. I thought they must have been cold.
It was very cold. That's another thing where we would change.
Alex says
Yeah.
that it was so great, especially for him, since it was his first time in a costume contest. So I'm guessing that he enjoyed the audience being so forthcoming. I assume that's what that's about. And he says also, everyone was so nice, no assholes.
That is a good point there.
Yeah,
I
it
know.
is a good point. No assholes.
Tolkien fandom in Norway seems to be a very nice fandom.
Yeah, in general. I think so. So, particulars. Is there like one or two things that you remember specifically well from the Arthecon convention that you really, really loved or enjoyed?
I like the throne.
You would
Sorry.
say that.
I was the first one to sit in it in the morning.
This is good.
Mm.
I have some pictures of you on the throne also.
Yeah. I'm a shallow person. I'm easy to please.
But who doesn't want to sit on a big, fancy throne? Everyone wants to.
Mm.
Annabella, do you have one specific favorite thing?
I liked that the building, the convention center, if I could say it like that, was a bit like a maze. So many rooms and coziness and people. I liked everything. I don't have any specifics, I'm sorry. But I have one thing though.
Yeah.
Because I remember Martina Tufte, the host of the cosplay competition, she was so amazed that everything, for the first time of her, she's hosted a lot of competitions, and for the first time, everything went smoothly. There was no hold-ups and no people missing and no technical issues. Everything went just as it was supposed to.
And every single contestant turned up in time.
Yes.
That is
All of them.
that's unusual.
Yes.
I hate that.
You're like the unicorn of cosplay contests.
Even though if you have a cosplay competition with like 5 contestants, there's a good possibility that one of them is going to be late. And even though you have that person's phone number, you're not going to reach them because they don't have any pockets in their costume.
Yes.
And the phone might be on silent and
Yeah.
Enyassia, how about you? What was your favorite thing?
I don't have many other conventions to compare with, but I'm not gonna say which conventions, even though you guys know. The things I liked very much was that it was good, cheap food. It was plenty of water. No need to buy a bottle of water if you were thirsty. You just went over to the bottle container and water. And lots of places to sit down and relax. That's also been an issue with other convention I've been attending. And of course, very nice crew members who were like, "Are you okay?" and "Hi, can I help you?" and stuff like that. Very nice. And I mean, even you could go up to Ingrid like, "Hi, how's it going?" and she was, "Oh, hello, how are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, hello, oh, you noticed me." Hi. That was very nice. I mean, I don't think I could have gone up to maybe other convention arrangers doing the same thing. So
it kind of helps that I know like almost all of you, or at least know a lot of the people there. So
It does
So
help.
lovely costumes, and I have to comment on them.
Yeah, and the thing about I think that Artecon really has made my experience with cosplay much better. It's because it's so specific fandom. It doesn't have all fandoms. It has one fandom, so it's much easier to connect with other people.
Yes. See, that's kind of what I found on the first HobbitCon I went to, which was HobbitCon 2. Greta was there as well. It was before it got really huge. It was relatively big, but not gigantic, and everyone was into the same fandom, and it was so easy to just make new friends and acquaintances and hang out with new people and be social. And I also found that at that HobbitCon there was always somewhere you could sit down and relax and talk to the people you'd just gotten to know, and that's sort of a thing that I've kept very much in mind with Arthecon, that I wanted us to have that same thing, that people could sit down places and chat with other people and socialize, and that it would be about being a nice and cozy convention rather than a convention where everyone kind of runs around and there's nowhere to sit and you don't have time for anything. So yeah, so it's really good to hear that you found that sort of thing being a good thing. Being present, that element being present. Yes.
Yeah, as Alex says in the chat, and Ingrid, it was so great seeing you walking around with a big smile all the time. Your smile was so contagious.
Aww, that's
And
lovely.
also, she's very happy about all the crew. She says all of them was nice.
Yay! Hear that, crew? You're awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know. The things I'll probably remember the most from Arthecon is, well, the Battle of the Two Armies, because that was hilarious.
Thank
We
you.
should
Thank
totally
you.
do that again. Also the costume contest, because it was my first cosplay contest ever. Never
You were
participated.
lovely.
Thank you. It was really fun, and it was Annabella's second cosplay contest, so it was all pretty new to us, you know, catwalking and judges and stuff. So
Yeah,
it was a little bit scary, but it was fun too.
Yeah, I chickened out.
Well, the trick is to just walk a little slower than you think you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should.
You gotta
That's-
sissy that walk. And do
Yeah.
good
Because
RuPaul
people
style.
Yeah.
to look at you.
Yeah, just like the Thranduil did.
Yes!
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
He actually has posted on his Instagram, because he works at Stoffelsti, and he's posted a little video snippet of himself with that Thranduil cloak, walking in the basement floor to sissy that walk.
Yes! I've seen it!
It's marvelous.
I have to see that. I haven't seen it yet.
But the hashtag Arthecon has helped me find all the
Yeah.
friends that I got that I didn't know. Like him, for instance. I liked a picture because I went on hashtag Arthecon on Instagram and I found him there, and he just wrote to one of my pictures, "It's you!" I was like, "Yeah, it's you!"
Aw.
It was so awesome.
Yeah, I think I added him on Facebook, or he added me on Facebook today or something. So
Yeah.
it's like bringing people together.
Yay.
I have it on Instagram now as well. Because we bonded over fabric, as tends to happen.
And you cosplay the same
Thranduil.
character, so lots to talk
he had
about.
a different outfit, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
And there were like 3 Thranduils
Yeah,
at Arthecon,
and
they,
we were all bugging Legolas.
so there was Alex was Thranduil, and what was his name again?
Tora.
Yeah, and then you.
Yeah.
Torgrim.
And
maybe?
we all had slightly different outfits, which was good.
Yes.
Yes.
So we
But you
covered all the
had-
basics.
You all had this
Flowiness.
amazing sass.
Yeah.
All of you.
All the sass.
But I think the most common cosplay I saw throughout the day was Arwen. There were a lot of Arwens.
Especially
there
when all
are
the Arwens won.
Yeah.
There are not that many women in the Lord of the Rings, so you don't need, really have that many people to choose from.
No.
That's like 3 in the Lord of the Rings. Really. Isn't there? Pretty much.
Yeah.
If you count those who are actually in on the action and actually have an effect on the plot.
Mm. There are not
I'm really sorry, Rosie Coffin.
No, not that important. I mean, she keeps Sam's spirit up towards the end, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So she's sort of kind of helpful, at least.
Yeah.
But I think wanting to dress up as Liv Tyler is never a bad thing.
No, I mean, she's gorgeous. Come on.
Alex is suggesting a Arwen army. That would be awesome.
Yeah, then they would never had a war, would they?
No. People would just be
fix
staring
everything.
like, they're so pretty.
I hope there's more than one Aragorn for them all, though.
Oh, yeah, that would be a bloodbath.
Yeah, because the Aragorn that was there with Sidious Legolas was seemed to be rather preoccupied.
Yes. Yes. Now I think I shouted at some point, "Keep your hands off my fiance!"
At least you got a picture.
At least I got a picture.
Aww.
Ryorai is saying that I'm seeing so many friends spamming Facebook with pictures from Arthecon and it looked so fun. I regret not going. Everyone had so nice dresses and outfits and were just perfect. You girls included.
Aww.
You're so sweet.
You did look amazing, all of you.
You too. You were so cute.
Adorable.
I love your belts.
Vanessa is always a fabulous Thranduil, so
Yes.
always.
Yes.
Yeah. So, we are so totally gonna go way over our time today. It's like 57 already.
Wow.
We're not.
Well, tomorrow is well, what do you call it?
Public holiday.
A public holiday. So who cares?
Yeah, exactly. People can watch a slightly longer episode today. It's okay.
Yeah.
Probably most of our audience will be pleased that it actually goes on for longer.
Yeah,
like, no, don't stop.
I've started getting into the habit of watching this because I get really restless on Sundays, and it's always too short.
Aww.
Yeah.
But it makes me happy on so many levels.
So I'm gonna be trolling your chat next week.
Very good.
No, I won't, because that's HobbitCon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Longer episode, finally! I don't mind long episodes. Yay!
1 hour is too short. Okay. We get it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to question number 3.
How many questions are there?
Well, there are
10.
There are 10 total, but these are like the 5 that are relevant to the audience or to the visitors.
Okay.
What was it like to compete in the costume contest for those of us who participated? Well, we've talked a little bit about it already, but it was fun. A little bit scary, but not so much afterwards. I mean, it was well over and done with.
I think it was fun. I did the blue funeral dress for Eowyn, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go up there and be all sad and stuff, and I was like, no, this is stupid. So I just went like, nah, or something, and then I turned, I just got off.
The most important thing is that you had a good time.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It was very fun. I mean,
Who cares about everyone else? Who cares?
Okay.
I mean, I hadn't really prepared a performance because I didn't know if we were actually going to be able to, like talk into a mic or anything. So I was like kind of distressed when they said, "Well, you can't have a mic and do a performance." I was like, "Fuck!"
It says so in the rules.
I don't have anything. Well, I didn't remember that because, it's a long time since I signed up for it, so I forgot everything about it. So,
Well, you looked lovely on stage.
Oh,
And
thank
that's important.
yeah, next time, I'll have that performance nailed down. But yeah, beyond that, it was awesome. So, question 4. Is there anything we think could have been done differently next time that we personally would like to see?
Yes! One thing. 2 days.
More Arthecon!
2 days.
I have one thing, but I'm not sure if that has to do with the library. If it starts a bit later. It started at 10, but I'm kind of guessing that was the library.
It was a combination of things. We wanted to have the after party, and there's first and foremost we had a set of hours that we were allowed to use it because they had to have the librarians there, and there's a limit to how long they're actually allowed to be kept there. So. Yes,
like the prisoners.
Yeah, it's because of work hours and such, and so we were restricted by that. And then there was the fact that the pub closes usually at 11 on holy days. So if we were to shove the opening hours for the convention forwards and have a later closing, we would have had a party that would have possibly lasted 2 hours, and that's a little bit of anticlimax. And then the third thing was that we had a lot of people who potentially were planning on bringing kids, and whose day would have been cut very short if they had to sort of leave before 6 o'clock, and then suddenly the con lasted until 8 o'clock, and they would lose like at least 2 hours worth. So we figured it'd be better to start early and get a lot of time in on that side of midday.
So I was kind of guessing that there was a reason for it, but
yes,
I'm a lazy person.
You're lazy.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I mean, as a cosplayer myself, I totally understand that a lot of people chose to ditch the opening ceremony for an extra hour's sleep, but they did miss out. Because Lillian and Lupin cosplay were amazing, as always.
They were very funny, but they were really worried during the performance because they thought everyone were so quiet. They're not getting it. They don't think we're funny. Oh my god.
That's just how Norwegians are.
Yeah,
boring.
Everyone was mesmerized. I think that was just, people were just like, wow.
Yeah, it was super fun. And I told them afterwards, you shouldn't worry. We're just very reserved, and it was early in the morning, and we loved it. It was really funny. We're just, Norwegians are weird.
We are.
Not weird, just boring. We're not even weird.
I don't know if you could say that we're boring after pulling off that Battle of Two Towers.
No,
I don't think so.
Besides, I got to talk to them at the after party, and boy, did I talk! Oh my god! I was like,
you were
sorry,
the party
I'm
queen.
blabbering, but I'm drunk. Okay, I hope you don't mind. I hope you're not scared. I'm just drunk. It's like, okay, I'm totally blabbering though.
Aw, I'm sure you were absolutely adorable.
I hope so.
At one point, she lifted me and tossed me around. I remember that so well. This short little girl. I'm not really that tall myself, but I
don't remember this.
It. I do very well.
Yeah, well, I got to offered a hug.
You got into the
Of
tower.
course, I had to shake him a little bit.
So we have lift a trekar and lift a Thranduil.
That's gonna be a thing.
Lift with Randy.
Make sure that's a thing at HobbitCon.
That could be it. How
elf
far
lifting.
can you carry Thranduil? How far can you toss Thranduil?
Yeah.
We do not do dwarf
Trust him,
tossing.
that's how far.
We do not do dwarf tossing, but we can do
Do
elf carrying.
Yeah.
Carry on elf.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah,
so
great.
if you ever want to have a good time at a post-con party, you know, just bring Enyassia. She's an
Yeah.
entire party all on her own.
Just give me a Guinness and I'm all about party.
Well, you don't get friends, you just pick them up and
Yeah.
yeah. Good time. Good time.
Oh, that was so dry. Get out there.
Well, it was almost as good as my free hugs t-shirt.
It was a very nice T-shirt.
Yeah, I got so much love for Thranduil in a free hugs t-shirt. I think I took a picture of it. I'm gonna wear that next time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I took a picture of it too.
I
I
think
put it out on my
So
blog.
like 3 hugs.
I think some people hugged me several times, but I don't really remember.
Yes, I did. I did.
And I don't
I
even
did.
drink.
And you didn't even drink.
No. Well, who needs that anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
I needed one Guinness. I needed one Guinness after that.
Well, speaking of conventions and crew, I
Yes.
find that the cheapest drink you've ever had is after being crewing for a day, because you're so tired that the booze just goes straight to your brain, so you need nothing.
I generally need nothing. That's the
Well,
problem.
I have seen like big guys that are used to drinking a lot just
Yeah.
killing over after one beer. Yeah, cheap.
I can relate to that. I know how
Yeah.
that feels.
There's a reason why I set in practice the rule after my first HobbitCon, during which I didn't have that rule and it went miserably wrong. Or not that one. It's for conventions. If I drink at all, it's one drink and then non-alcoholic the rest of the night. Because if not, it's going to be a repeat of HobbitCon 2, and that is not a good thing.
I feel like I need to hear more about this, but that's for another.
That is a good question for another time.
You're gonna have a CosCast about con stories.
Yeah,
that's
that's
an
a
excellent
very good
idea.
one.
Then
We're gonna have a lot of guests on.
we can
It's
do
gonna be like
a-
several episodes.
Yeah.
part 1, part 2, and so on.
But how many questions do we have left now?
I think we only have one, and that is, would we consider returning to Arthecon if it was hosted again? And I think the answer is yes.
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 Definitely yes.
Sure.
Definitely.
I have like
But pictures.
What?
What?
Oh
You
yeah.
haven't shown the
I
pictures.
forgot. We totally had pictures to show you guys who didn't go to Arthecon, who want to see what what Enyassia, Annabella, and I looked like for the day. So you know, just a little screen share.
And were that those the pictures I took? Because I
No,
took
I
some
haven't put
pictures
that
of
up
you.
there, but that is on the blog. I wrote a
Good.
review of Arthecon, so it's up there.
I love those
Good.
pictures though. They were so
Yeah.
cute.
Okay, so this is me as Arwen. So Annabella took this in the staircase inside the library.
I did.
Yes, you did. And this is Annabella as Eowyn in her funeral dress, looking all serious.
Yep.
Yep. And this is Enyassia as #not Tauriel.
Yeah,
Everybody-
that's a funny story because everyone who came up to me and compliment my costume was like, "Oh, your friend, no, sorry, Tauriel, well, it's perfect. Oh, good Tauriel. Oh yeah, you're spot on, Tauriel." It's like, thanks.
But no.
I'm not Tauriel, but thanks. So I just didn't want to burst any bubbles. I just, alright, thank you.
I'm Tauriel. Definitely, yes.
Ariel, yes.
Totally.
We'll go for that. We'll go for
Yeah.
that.
All right. So before we derail any more, let's just quickly go into geekery, which is the last segment of the night. And so, have we played or read anything interesting this week?
I bought this awesome T-shirt at TG at Nerdeportal at their stand, and it says, "I'm pretty fly for a night guy," and it's a picture of Batman.
I love that shirt.
Good
No,
shirt.
that's what I did. Played role-playing games, obviously, though. Also.
I've been doing mostly two things except for cosplay things. I haven't played much because my arm is all painful. But I've been watching a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, which I really enjoy. It's called Critical Role.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah.
And I've been through quite a lot of Dungeons and Dragons podcasts, and I'll find them mostly embarrassing or weird or hard to follow. But this is really entertaining, and I'm a really fan of all the characters, and the guys who play, they're all voice actors, so they're doing a really good job. And even though they've been playing for like 1-2 years with the same characters, you can jump into the story really easily. And they're so funny.
And these are like voice actors that you've probably heard in games before, but you just didn't know. Like one of them is the voice for Ellie in The Last of Us.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, and Matt Mercer has done tons of stuff for World of Warcraft, I think, and yeah, they've all done fighting games, role-playing games, Asian games, so many things.
So it's not a new thing, but I've recently discovered them, so I'm doing that. And well, earlier today, I realized that I hadn't watched Lucifer, the TV show. It's very, very loosely based on the graphic novel. I wouldn't really say that it's based on it because it's all different. But I find it very enjoyable. You know, the graphic novel Lucifer, which is a spin-off of Sandman. And it's basically a cop show, and I love cop shows. So it's like it's like a cop show with Dorian from Dragon Age Inquisition, because he kind of looks like Dorian. He talks exactly like Dorian, and he says the same things that Dorian would say, only he doesn't have a mustache. And he calls people darling, and I haven't really made up my mind if I find it cheesy or not, but it's very entertaining.
It's so fun to say, darling.
Yeah, and he somehow managed to weave in the expression monkey bottoms into a sentence perfectly.
I already love it. I want to see it.
It was a code word because he was wearing like a wire or something, and it was beautiful. He's always trying to get into everybody's pants at all times, exactly like Dorian. Only everybody.
Lucky bastards.
But if you expect anything from the graphic novel, you're gonna be disappointed, because the only thing that is from the graphic novel is the name of his nightclub, and that he plays the piano, and that his assistant is called Masakin, but whatever, but that's where it ends. Really.
Well, that's pretty normal.
I've only seen 3 episodes now, so I hope they don't go into a weird direction with it. But I find it enjoyable so far.
Well, good for me. I haven't read the comics yet, so I won't be disappointed if I watch it.
You go watch that first and then read the graphic novel afterwards. I think that'd be best.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I haven't had time to watch that many things, but I've been watching Critical Role, before bedtime and stuff, and I love it.
Before bedtime, it's like 2 hours long.
I know, but I have sleep issues. I rarely fall asleep until like 1:30 or something, so okay. I have time. And well, on Saturday evening we played Pathfinder with the group here at our house, and it was really emotional, and I felt like all our characters got to bond in some way. And I'm like, I got in an argument with Annabella's character, and I was so worked up and so into my character that I started crying.
Aww.
So it was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, because my character lies, and I kind of lured everyone to do a quest of bad reasons.
Yes,
But, yeah.
you tricked us and almost got us killed.
Mhm.
Well, the bad reasons are always the best reasons.
Yeah.
It creates drama, so it's
Yeah.
fun to play off of, for sure.
Yes.
But
And my character just looked constipated.
she's an elf, so she just doesn't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, she's an elf and she tries to mimic human facial expressions, but she doesn't quite manage to do so properly. So she just ends up looking constipated.
Well, this is a model of my character, by the way.
Ooh,
Cool.
Yeah.
the half-faced elf.
Yeah, he's kind of a mixture between Zuko from The Last Airbender and the Hound, only a lot nicer. And this is the cleric, but I'm not done with him yet.
Cool.
So, yeah.
We should totally, get ourselves some minis and paint them.
Yeah, these are from Hero Forge, so you can craft them yourself and get the pose and get the hair. It's like making a character from a game, like a character creation game, and then you say, okay, and they print it for you, and you get it in the mail.
Ooh, cool.
It is
like
a bit
that.
pricey, but it's good.
We also talked about that we kind of want to cosplay our role-playing characters now. So
Except
we'll see.
I'll be in a big disadvantage because my character is 1 meter and 90 centimeters tall.
Stilts?
And you're like 158 or something.
No,
Well, you
152.
could go together and two of you could cosplay that character.
Yeah.
Two of us on top of each other.
Well, my character is actually the same height as me, because El's are shorter. So he's very, very strong, but very short.
Not mine.
No, we have some house rules. So the elves here are quite tall. She's a plain
Okay.
elf, so she has this racial trait wind walk and stuff. So.
Which is very awesome because I can fly and I can fly really fast.
Well, I've
So
not
I-
really played any RPGs or any games, my part, for quite a while now, because Arthecon, obviously.
Yeah.
But I did binge watch the entire second season of Daredevil,
Oh, I've seen that as well.
and I just watched the BBC miniseries, and then there were none, just tonight, actually. Which was really good. I was very happy to see Charles Dance in something again. So I was just like, yay! Lots of amazing British actors. And the guy who plays Flint from Black Sailors is in it. Aidan Turner is in it. Miranda Richardson is in it. So there's like tons of really, really good British actors in it. So yeah, that is recommended.
Cool beans. Right, Annabella, how about you? I think you're the last one. No, Ves, you haven't told us what you. Yeah, you watched the episode.
I went on a long thingy, but
Yeah.
yeah. And well, I've also seen the Batman vs Superman movie.
No spoilers.
Bring lots of popcorn. You're gonna need it. I'm not saying why.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I can't tell. I mean, are you going to be bored so you need to comfort eat, or is it so exciting that you're like...
Well, that's for you to decide. Yeah.
Or is it so bad you just want to throw your popcorn at the screen?
Well, I really like the first Transformers movie, so I'm not really one to nitpick about tastes. So, I don't
It's
know.
very subjective. Taste is subjective, so we'll just have to watch it for ourselves.
Just bring popcorn. Just do it.
All right, I'll do it.
That's generally good advice. Sound movie advice.
Yeah.
So is there anyone who feels like they have something more they need to say?
Your sound is really weird.
Yeah.
Just for me. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah.
All right. But maybe we should just call it a day then, and we'll be back next Sunday at 9, and it will hopefully be a.
It's
I'll
dark.
do it. I'll do it. Next time, it will hopefully be about the gathering, since me and Pixiedust went there on Friday, and hopefully we will have a special guest from who went on stage at the competition. We will try to get hold on Evelyn if she has time for us. So it will maybe be awesome. So, thanks for now, and
Thanks.
say bye!
Bye.